I need to do something about this face. Yeah. Yo, what's happening? SGDAT here. Hope you're well and are good. And it's about time I spun things up a bit. You can probably tell already, things have changed around here as of late. As a matter of fact, I've moved home. You can see in the background, I've upgraded. If you haven't already, please subscribe down below. Got a lot of cool videos up and coming, including one video, actually it should be up as of the time of this video already, where I actually go over the installation of the 3D panels behind me. That being said, I'm not done with my upgrades. There is one more upgrade I want to make. Let me start by bringing in the box. It's just over there. What's in the box? This is going to change the way you guys see me through this lens. It's gonna make the shots a little bit more dynamic. This is a camera slider. This isn't any camera slider, it's a custom built slider. I'll have a link to the exact slider below. I say custom built cautiously, and I'll get over that in a moment, but really it's just a typical camera slider, but with a few upgrades which I have personally asked for. What are those upgrades, I might ask? Well, let me not jump the gun. Let's get this thing unboxed. All right, so whilst I unbox this, a bit of history. Yeah, I've been trying to find ways to make this, to make the videos going forward better and better. Of course, the camera angle is one. Oh, I need to quickly check something, just a moment. Alexa, how long left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
What? Okay, there goes our food. Just a moment. So I'm just looking for ways to improve things, and I've slowly done that over the years. I'm sure you can tell. Goodness me, this thing has been packaged so amazingly well. So what am I trying to achieve with a camera slider? I want to add new angles, but moving angles to all the shots I have when talking into the camera. That just adds this flavor that you can't get very easily when you're by yourself. And as a lone YouTuber who does all the videos himself and edits himself, I have to think about innovative ways I can get that effect of someone panning the camera back and forward. Check it out. I've got another layer to sort out. So this is it, and you can probably tell already it's extremely well packaged. Pull this bit off. You know, it's something to be respected about when you order stuff off eBay. Oh yeah, that's exactly where I got this from, by the way. The guy's eBay handle is known as Clatudude. Wow, Clatudude. He's got 755 reviews. He's doing pretty good. As a matter of fact, how many of them are positive? 100% as of the time of, well, as of today. All right, what do we have here? Ah, yeah. So there's something to be respected about buying indie projects like this off eBay, because you can tell this is the packaging effort they've put in. Is you won't find this on an industrial scale. All right, we got what looks like a 12-watt power adapter. Right up front, I can already see a USB cable. That's another thing about this slider. Let me give you a few details on how it works. It's a 1 meter rail, so it would slide the camera from this end all the way to this end, and whilst it does that, there is this dial on the base of where the camera would be mounted, which can be adjusted to different angles, but can also be adjusted in a way that it slides and rotates along the rail. That way it remains focused on whatever the camera is being pointed at. This is important for me because I don't want just a simple slider that goes from left to right without changing the angle, because at the end of the day, when I'm recording videos for you guys, you're gonna be able to see, you know, the subject. So that's what makes this one special. He does do other sliders as well, which have a static angle. If that's what you want, it's available. But I wanted the one that rotated as well. It costs a little bit more, but no big deal. But as for what makes this slider special, he's custom built the mechanism for controlling the motor from the left to the right, and he has also programmed it himself using an Arduino, which I found to be very, very fascinating. If you don't already know, I have a software development background and I like playing with things like this. I asked him in an email if it's possible to create some kind of custom script which I can then control from a computer, which would then allow me to make even more dynamic videos live. Like, for example, if I'm on a Twitch stream or YouTube stream, imagine being able to just switch the camera angle and then it immediately fires up the slider, and then that would be an amazing experience. So I've got a lot of big things planned for this. What is this here? Looks interesting. Ah, instructions. This is going to be useful. Always read the manual. Very important. So when I get a camera slider, I don't want it to just be any slider. It needs to be able to do pretty much anything I can imagine. But if possible, if it doesn't exist, then of course I'll have to stick with something typical. All right, what do we have here? Oh, before I continue, if you want to see any of the cool ideas like I described earlier, leave a like down below. That would be awesome. This to me looks like the main star of the show. Like I mentioned earlier, this thing's powered by an Arduino, which is super cool because it allows for all kinds of flexibility in terms of modifying the scripts and controlling its behavior. For now, I'm going to keep it fairly stock, exactly how he gave it to me. And to be honest with you, I really don't have enough Arduino experience. I've used one or two here and there with pre-installed scripts that did very specific things, like turning lights on and stuff like that, but nothing more. And this right here is the main unit. It looks very interesting, has some buttons on here which will then control how it works. Now, the fact that I've just gone ahead and removed this unit actually isn't part of his standard process. I specifically asked if he could, or actually if it was possible to control this slider remotely. Just simple cable that allows me to do what I need to do. He then had the great idea of, well, completely decoupling it entirely, which will allow for a lot of interesting things. I cannot wait to play with this. I don't think this section here is actually typically exposed to most people, but because he knew that I'm coming from a software development background and I had some cool ideas for controlling this with a computer or with scripts or however I decide to do it, he opened it up so that, well, I can tinker around and have fun. But I'm guessing that's where this manual over here comes. I did see some interesting script junkie related stuff there, so we'll get into that in a moment. Ooh, I nearly missed this little Allen key here. This is the cable that, or cables should I say, that will connect the unit to, well, sorry, the main control unit to the slider itself, and it has two, not just one, but two connections. He did tell me that this will be replaceable if I do need a replacement, so I'm glad he's gone ahead and included those. Oh, I didn't realize they came apart, but hey, there you go. There is also two connections here. From what I can remember seeing in the actual pictures and videos that demo this thing, there was a rod that stuck out at an angle, which allowed you to change or adjust the angle of the camera mount as it moves across the rail. I believe that's what this thing is. This is the Chungus right here, the main star of the show outside of the control unit. From what it looks like, it seems. Another neat detail about this camera slider, not only can it be mounted horizontally, but it can be mounted vertically. And for the vertical mounting feature, I'm going to need an actual or a real camera stand, which I don't have right now, but I want to see how this goes first, and hopefully I can at least master the basics before I start doing advanced things like mounting it vertically and doing vertical sliding shots. Also, it remains to be seen how that works with an angle adjusting thing on the mount that adjusts horizontally. How does that work vertically? It's going to be interesting. Ooh, got to be careful how I cut these things open. Nearly cut open the wire. But here is the main star of the show. If I can just get this out of its little packaging here. Got to hand it to him. His packaging skills are next to none. Right. This is it, for the most part at least. So a couple things that I can say I can notice right off the bat. There is a nice angle level over here, which helps, well, which will help me to ensure that the whole slider, including the whole rig, sliding rig, is, well, straight. A couple of other things here and there. I have yet to fully understand how they work, including this interesting common camera equipment here. Oh, that's where the camera will go. And you see this disc here. The rotation of that will be controlled, or rather manipulated, with the use of this extension thing over here and this rod. You can see some more bits. I believe this to be the motor. Very interesting. It's called a stepper motor, and there are our two connections. Hopefully that's clear enough. One for, oh, it's probably upside down for you, but one for the motor and one for the switches, which I'm going to assume is as straightforward as plugging into those two connections right there on the control unit. I probably haven't mentioned the name of this brand yet, but this brand is called CAMERA TRAX HD PARALLAX. Of course, I've referenced the eBay handle that are developing and producing these, but yeah, there you go. Quick shout out to them. So as you can see, it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to read over this and try and set this up. But you know what? Between the first part of this video and now, I was thinking of even more possibilities. Imagine this. Have you ever seen one of those camera rigs where they essentially track the subject? So you set it up, it's on this huge robotic arm, and during the entire period of it being activated, it's just watching the subject. So no matter where they move, left, right, up or down, keeping focus on that subject. So imagine there's an actual camera person holding the rig or something, just watching and making sure you're in the shot all the time. I wonder, can I do that with this? See, that's the thing about having something like this, where you have a little Arduino over here, and of course, more importantly, that USB port, because it allows me to do all kinds of fun things, or at least opens up the doors to these things. From the programmer's mind, I'm thinking, dang, I'd love to see if I can get that working with this. It'll be so amazing if I can just be moving left or right, or just talking organically, and this thing is just watching me and making sure that I'm in shot. of course, it's not going to be possible with this all by itself. There's going to be a lot more needed here, like, of course, the software to control it, but other things like maybe a separate camera, maybe a little webcam that watches the subject, or something similar to the Kinect where it's got extra sensors on there, like infrared sensors that project onto the actual scene itself to add more sensory data and make use of that for more accuracy. I don't know, there's so many possibilities and I look forward to playing with this. Is that something you want to see? Leave a comment down below. All right then, I think I'll end this video here. As for how this works, I'm going to save it for the next one because I think this video has gone on long enough, but stay tuned. This is going to be quite a ride. I'll just get this all set up and up and running. All right, guys, hope you had an amazing time and hope this was a cool, insightful video to you. If this is something you want, I'll leave a link to the eBay shop down below. Keep in mind, we're based in the UK. Well, me and the seller somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly that seller is based, but I'm sure he'll hook you up if you really want him to. But I'll leave his link down below. All right, have a good day. Peace.